Hello, I'm going to go over some of the things we've done and try to explain what we're going towards. So right now we're in IHL, which is an add-on for IC2, and the reason why we need to get through it is to get alumina, because alumina needs to be processed in this machine, which is from IHL, and this will give us aluminum. And then this aluminum is needed afterwards for other processes. So I can show you this one. Yeah. So now we're reaching sort of the mid game. We get to the first advanced ingot, which is aluminum. So we can go and get a drill and mine bauxite and then purify it like we've been doing with the other ores. But then to get the alumina, we need to be using sodium hydroxide, which is also processed from IHL, and then the IHL electrolysis bath into liquid aluminum, which is why I made this two machines as well. These allow us to melt down the dust that we'll get from here, the aluminum dust, melted down into the liquid aluminum, which will then be able to cast in here with the ingot casts. And for making the machines, making these parts is just really annoying with the big square molds, these ones, because I need to place it, put in the molten metal using these crucibles, and then break it. So we're going to be getting the molds for these ones, which then can just be cast like this, which is much easier. So that's going to be sort of the aim going forwards. Why are we getting the aluminum? We can also, from this process, let me see, this one, yeah, from thermal centrifuging, we start getting piles of titanium dioxide. This is used to get titanium, which is sort of the material you need to start advanced rocketry, which unlocks space. And it also unlocks really useful items like this food blender. This, as you can see, is a MetaMod custom item. It's been made by the creator of the mod pack. Basically, you can use this with the food stacks, so stacks of 160 grams that are the full stacks from TFC into food paste, and then you can normally, once you unlock this, you get an extra quest which you can use to hand in the food paste. So this stuff that you craft with this and like 160, like a full stack of food, and it gives you really good sandwiches, which basically helps with food. This as well, getting the solar panels and the condensers to make these leather water sacks. Yep, this one, you can see it's unbreakable there in the item tag, which means that basically I don't need to refill it anymore, because right now I moved water up here using the red steel bucket, this one, but I still have to get the waste, which is quite annoying. Now to get those better materials, we're going to need better machines. So what do you have for ore processing? This crusher, and then the industrial craft, advanced macerator, thermal washer, and then we also have the thermal centrifuge. And this will give us, where is it? Here, this titanium dioxide that we're looking for. But to be able to process it, we'll also be needing plastics. So if we look at plastics, it's these ones, this blue and this sort of yellow orangey ones. And as you can see, they're made in a polymerizer. This one as well, polymerizer. And then these impronounceable liquids and some special additives. To get these is going to be really complicated. So the pack creator is a chemical engineer, and he's obviously put a lot of thought into this whole flowchart. So this is something that he made and represents the whole chemical signs in the pack, or at least part of it. This is all of the petrochem. So you start here from oil, you put it in the IHL, so this is why we need aluminium, cryogenic distiller, you get desalted oil, magnetic-craft oil distillery. This is a big multi-block that also requires a lot of aluminium. Same for this refinery, a big multi-block. And we're basically going to be going through all of this and going to this side to the polymerizer here and another one here, and getting the two plastics that will be required for later. And as you can see, there's also some other outputs like rubber, methanol. Methanol can be used in a gas turbine and burnt for energy. And I believe also for space fuel later. Yeah, there's a way to get TNT, natural gas into LNG. So quite complicated. It needs a lot of machines. Quite a few of them are big multi-blocks. I've played this pack once before and got through all of that. And I remember it taking a lot of space. So we'll probably be building another big factory building, at least 2 times bigger than this one, and somewhere else, because otherwise the lag will kill the game. With all the liquids and the multi-blocks, it'll be quite a pain. So we'll be doing that somewhere else. Alright, so that's the plan for later, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I've been processing the bauxite here, thermal centrifuge again, and then getting some of this purified stuff. Let's grab the trailer. So this is the setup I've got for this sodium hydroxide. I have a water pipe under this, just pumping in water from the bottom. It gets mixed with a quicklime, pushed into this one, which mixes with the trainer, and then makes this water solution of sodium hydroxide, which gets pushed into this electric evaporator, which then turns it into this. This outputs some lime, which I can then smelt. You can see it here. And then it goes back. It's a net positive on quicklime, so I've got a bin here with a -1 insert priority. So this fills up before it goes into the bin. So this is closed loop except for the churner. It just needs the churner input, and here we get some sodium output. So now we can take that, put that in there, grab a stack of this, and we're out of power. This machine is very slow, so I've made some upgrades for it. This one's pretty easy, just basic materials. And for this, I have to make this. I made a fluid canning machine and ground up some lapis. So you put lapis in here, get the dust, put it in here, mix it with water. This is the same water line. It goes up to the tub, yeah, and then pumping out into a tank and putting it in some cells. So I made a couple of upgrades, but it looks like it's using up all the power. 400 power. We'll remove those. This is also looks like somehow it's going to here now. Oh, some more power. some alumina, and then we put it in here, and this is the electrolyzer. So it's processing this. As far as I can tell, these upgrades, like these slots, aren't real. See how these highlight? These don't. So these are not real slots. So I'm not sure there's any way to make this faster. What's that? What's that? There we go. Aluminium dust. Put it in here. Liquid aluminum. That's the one. Part 20. This 100 meg. That's the other modes. Oh, we took the ingot. Nice. So we got this. There's our liquid. Why is it not going? Oh, this needs to be cooked. Ah, that's gonna trash it. Where's the log? Yeah. Now this. Put it in here. And into here. And there we go. Our first aluminum ingot. So that's done. And distillation. Yeah, that's for getting this. Wire mill, milling machine. Oil. Oil opens up this next chapter, I think. We've skipped a few steps. Mineral oil cell. Machine structures. Oh, yeah. This will unlock some of these machines. Titanium dioxide. Yeah, that's what we get as a byproduct. This stuff can compress down to titanium dioxide. Oh, it's more alumina. So I guess that gives me a lot of stuff to process. So yeah, here we go, aluminum.